All right, guys, episode 50 of the podcast with Bluebebleu, the homie, my roommate, the person next door to me. And yeah, it was really cool. We had an awesome conversation. It feels like we can always talk about anything. I feel like we touch on some touchy subjects, literally and figuratively, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. All right, peace. Where did you get this bottle of wine?
I was in San Diego one day, and I saw that in its store, and it was an expensive wine bottle in a wine shop, and just really wanted to treat you to something special. I'm just kidding. I got it from Target.
It was $5.
It was $5. Yeah,
dude, we gotta get a very expensive bottle of wine.
Yeah,
a medium priced wine, and then like a $2 wine, and do a blind taste test. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good move.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tasted some pretty expensive wines, and they don't really surprise me that much. And I've tasted some cheap wines, and I mean, they're good to me.
Just the smell right off the bat, like I did smell some vanilla hints, but I don't know if there's
vanilla hints.
Yeah,
vanilla hints.
Like I'm getting Coca-Cola. I'm getting Coca-Cola vibes right now.
They just put Coca-Cola in there. Not bad. I love Coca-Cola, so this might be the one for me. Nice. Does have like a Coca-Cola scent. You're right.
It does, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I drink a lot of Coca-Cola, so. That's all right. It's a little like a little tart.
It's a little tart. I'm getting some peppery.
Yeah,
like some pepper taste to it.
It could be something that like I'm just like sitting back, listening to some music, you know, vibing out. It could be something that I would drink. Yeah, I could. Let me taste this again. Yeah, it is a little peppery. That's interesting that you mentioned that. You have a good like good taste for like different notes and aromas.
Yeah,
in beverages.
Did
you develop that, or did that come to you naturally?
I think it's just through time, just drinking wine, feeling fine while dining.
Oh, isn't it funny that like, well, when I was a kid growing up, I used to always think of like people who drink wine as being really snobby, and like there's stereotypes. Like I would think like people who drink beer are always party animals, and people who drink wine are like rich, more affluent people, and they're more serious. I don't know. That was just me growing up as a kid. I used to always like make those conclusions about what people drank, and also what people ate. You know.
Well, I feel like there is a sort of thing where say you drink Hennessy, you're more likely to party. You're more likely to, I don't know. There's different types of alcohol does different things to you, if that makes sense. Like Hennessy will make you wild, you could call it. I feel like.
You think that alcohol's actually going to, like, different types of alcohol is going to affect you in different ways?
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never come to that conclusion. I've always thought if you drink enough, it's all going to affect you the same.
Well, for example, wine, I feel like is a different type of buzz than tequila, you could say, or like, you know, vodka. Yeah, like whiskey. There's whiskey, which whiskey, it's a whole nother thing.
It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Whiskey is its own entity for sure.
It is.
Yeah. But.
But the taste for wine, how I got it, and I still don't know what I'm doing, but it's just a lot of trying different wines and stuff, and trying to expand my taste buds, or I don't know, just keep trying new things.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about wine is like there's probably throughout the history of mankind been like more bottles of wine than there are currently people on the earth. Like the number of wines that have ever been invented is probably just ridiculous. Because you can just keep on creating different variations. And the thing that I like about like wine too is every batch of wine that you make is going to come out slightly different. So like in order for them to get like this wine to taste like this, they have to create that wine exactly the same way every single time. But nobody can promise that every single bottle of this brand of wine is going to taste exactly the same.
Yeah. And that's when I hear people say, well, what year was this? 2018. Oh yeah, that was a good year.
Yeah. It's crazy, man, because it's not like a bottle of Coca-Cola where you can taste a bottle of or can of Coke and you know it's going to taste the same every single time. It's like there's more nuance in wine.
Also, the way that it's stored too. I was watching a video. I forgot what the name was, but he was saying if it's stored a certain way, then it won't age properly throughout the time that it's being stored at.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was reading some stuff in the Bible actually.
Interesting.
And there's this story in the Bible about someone making wine, and they would go into these kind of like a swimming pool, not swimming pool size, but like essentially what would be like a small swimming pool, but it'd be like made out of wood and stuff. And they would have all the grapes in there, and the people would go in there and smash the grapes with their feet to make the wine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't know they made wine that way, but like I was reading it and that's how it was being described. They would go in there, they called it like the threshing floor or whatever. I guess that's where they would like make the wine. Like people would actually go in there with their feet. You have to check that out, like on Wikipedia or like some internet link or whatever. But it's really interesting to think that like the only way to make wine back then was to actually apply like physical pressure to the grapes or whatever they were using. Like obviously today they have different methods. I don't even know how they make wine now, but just to think that like the love of wine was so strong, especially back in like ancient times, that they would go to such great lengths to create it is just astounding to me. Because I think wine was before beer. I'm not sure, but I think wine was before beer. Because it just seems natural to me that like grapes would be before like yeast and barley, and you know, maybe they had a beer like before wine, but it was like much simpler, you know?
I actually have this goal of mine. I do want to create a wine product, and I don't know, some sort of red wine, which I think would be really cool. And I was looking at ways to make wine, and it's not hard at all. And I know that you've experimented with making beer.
I made one batch.
Yeah, dude, how was that? Because I don't think I've ever asked you.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of equipment for making beer, because I was trying to experiment and make my own batch, and I made a batch. It took me, I want to say like 3 weeks total to actually ferment it, and I had it sitting in the corner of my studio, and it started turning different colors, so I'm pretty sure I didn't do it right. and I didn't taste it. So
Oh, you didn't taste it?
no, I
Did
did not
somebody taste it? I think Ty tasted it. No,
Maybe Ty tasted it.
I think he did.
Gosh, I feel I feel sorry for Ty. I mean, I think what I did was I got a little bit on my hand once, and I just like licked it, and it tasted like alcohol, but like it didn't taste like good alcohol. But even though I didn't succeed in it, I still was happy that I did it, because it was like I got a little bit of knowledge and insight into how it's made, you know? And if I were ever to like try it again, I would have more information on it.
Yeah.
So it's like now I know. I kind of know what not to do.
And I remember just the whole process of you trying to even get the parts to make the brew.
Yeah.
That was a whole process in itself.
I just took a leap, man. I had to get like a fermenting pot, and I had to get essentially what's called a Firmzilla. It's a specific brand that after you boil all of the ingredients, you store it in there, and that's where it ferments. Then you have like carbonation, like little carbonation pills that you'll put in there to if you want to add carbonation to your beer. I mean, I got bottles and caps, which I didn't use. You have to have the yeast. You have to have now I'm forgetting the names. That's how long it's been since I made it.
It's probably been a year, I think.
Yeah. There's some green stuff that looks like weed.
Are those hops?
Yeah.
Those are hops.
See, he knows it better than I do. You have to get the hops and put those in there too, but the hops don't come in until after everything's been boiled and been fermenting for a little while. Like there's specific times within the total time frame of the beer being made where you have to put in these different elements. And just that, for me, I didn't like it. I just expected I could just mix everything together and it would work. But you have to follow things kind of to a T if you're going to make it the right way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I've just watched a few videos on YouTube about making wine, and the process is kind of similar. You get crushed grapes, and then you get yeast, and then you get spices, whatever you want to put in there, black pepper, I think it's like cayenne or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever you want to put in there. And the process is pretty simple, and maybe that's why I think it came first too. Is that it's very simple to make, and it's just fermented grapes. Honestly, that's it.
Wow.
And the yeast. Did I say yeast?
Yeah, yeast.
Yeah, you put yeast in there too.
You put yeast in, and wine has yeast in it?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
At least the homemade wine. I don't know
Homemade
what these guys use.
Because if you can make wine with grapes, like, I'm curious if you can probably make it with any other fruit, you know?
Yeah, the Japanese wine that we had is made from plums.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I would like to use, like, berries to make a wine.
That'd be cool.
And see if it results in something similar to wine, or if it tastes radically different. I think that would be interesting.
I was also thinking about, before we were doing this podcast, I wanted to think about what could get people to talk, and what could we talk about to question what's going on right now, as far as in the media, in like Joe Rogan, Kanye West. I just want to get people talking.
Yeah, that's good.
So, what do you think about peanut butter jelly sandwiches?
I think peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are fucking awesome. They're amazing. Whoever invented peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I don't know why their name is not in the history books. Like they should seriously be right up there with like Thomas Jefferson and Christopher Columbus, even though he was evil, and who else? Albert Einstein. They should be right there. So that's my hot take on it. But it's kind of funny that you mentioned peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because I have the story. I've been working over on Lombard in this packaging plant, and the first couple weeks sucked because I didn't pack any lunches, and I basically went there with no food. And so I'm sitting there in the break room, like just looking at everyone eat a bunch of delicious food. People are eating burritos and like sandwiches and all kinds of other good stuff. And these Mexican ladies are sitting there in the room, and they look at me and they see me with no food, and all I can do is just like make a really sad face. And part of me was just doing that to see if they would give me food. and this lady, she comes up to me with a big ass bag, like this big. Like that thing must have weighed like 8 pounds, maybe a little less, maybe like 6 pounds. Like, and so I open it up. There's Coca-Colas in there. There's beverages, like other beverages. There's like water. There's burritos. And then I look in the corner. There's this little like tin foil, and I open it up, and there's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I start eating that, and I have not had a peanut butter jelly sandwich, to be honest, before that moment in about a year, maybe 2 years. But biting into that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that was like a revolutionary experience. It was like I forgot just how great peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are. Just the nuts with the jelly, that shit is just is so perfect, man.
Yeah, dude. The reason why I brought that up is I've gotten those Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah,
those are fucking top tier. They're amazing.
The new crack.
And when I just pop them in the microwave for 11 seconds and just eat them, bro. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the high fructose corn syrup. Maybe it's the enriched white wheat flour.
It's magic, man. I can imagine like crack dealers on the street with like the Smucker's sandwiches just in their pocket, and they're like, "Hey, you want one?"
Yeah.
And they just pull it out, and like, I don't know, like I had one last time you gave it to me too, and
that's right. Amazing, yeah.
That was amazing. My affinity for peanut butter and jelly, period, is up there. Once you have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you can no longer have just a jelly sandwich or just a peanut butter sandwich. Like, I feel like I don't know what it is about those two things that combine so well together. Like, I don't know what it is.
Do you know?
I wonder who was the first guy to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You know what? We can actually look. Let's Google this, bro. We have the internet. Oh shit! Can you here? Let me move this.
The internet is a powerful tool. You see what we use it for, guys. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Let me see here. Who was the first person to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Most accounts date the PB&J to the early 1900s. According to Mark Williams' book, The Story Behind the Dish, Classic American Foods, a woman by the name of Julia Davis Chandler published the first recipe of a sandwich that combined peanut butter and jelly in 1901.
1901.
That's what, 103 years ago? 101 years ago.
Damn.
Wait. 100 and fuck. My math is terrible. 2022. 121 years ago, yeah.
Jeez. Imagine like that first person who experienced it and like the tingling sensation in their mouth, like just
what they discovered.
Yeah.
They're like
how they told everyone, and how like people It's kind of like when you tell someone to dip their fries in like ice cream, and people are like, "Oh, that's crazy." People might have thought like, "No, that can't work," you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe they did think it would work. I don't know how people like how their taste buds were back then, you know. But dude, imagine opening up like a really fancy restaurant. Imagine opening up like opening up a restaurant. I have like Rafa is the chef and everything.
Yeah.
And all he makes is peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, like I would feel bad for Rafa honestly, because like I would just be ordering him to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and he would want to like make something really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, you can only make peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You know, I'm thinking, what if there was another person that actually created it before that woman, like far before, and like his family members, it's like a huge thing in their family lineage.
Yeah.
And they're very prideful of that. And this woman took all the credit for it, and she's like, and they're listening to this thinking, damn, like, I don't know, man, they got it wrong. They got the history wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I just came up with a great idea. So everyone's tasted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But for Thanksgiving, they got to have a peanut butter and cranberry sandwich. It could be great. It could be terrible.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like the tartness of the cranberry sauce with the peanut butter would make a perfect like Thanksgiving dessert.
That's actually an interesting experiment, is to try different jellies.
Yeah.
Or marmalades, and just see people's reactions.
Because
like
cranberry is a sauce. It's called cranberry sauce. But it's
Yeah.
technically a jelly.
Yeah, and then also jelly. Before that, I think it was marmalade, and I think jelly has all this other GMO ingredients in it, and marmalade is fresh
Yeah.
ingredients.
Marmalade is fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I remember like
I want to look that up.
my parents
Make
buying
sure I'm
this
not
jar.
bullshitting.
My parents buying like this jar of marmalade, orange marmalade. It was like orange or it was mandarin. It was like some citrus marmalade. And the crazy thing about the marmalade is it had actual orange pills in it.
Oh yeah,
And that's
I
like,
love that.
It was so good, man.
I love that.
It was like, it's so fresh tasting.
Let me see.
But yeah, marmalade. Marmalade's the shit.
Ooh, wow. The orange peels inside of the marmalade.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's next level, man. That's next level. The orange pills in the marmalade. Wow. So now we learned a little bit of stuff about marmalade and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's learn a little bit more.
All right, this is the peanut butter podcast.
Yeah. All right. Jam is always made from the whole or cut fruits cooked to a pulp with sugar, producing a thick, fruity spread. Jam is slathered onto toast. Okay, yeah.
Imagine telling your girlfriend, I want a thick, fruity spread.
Wow. Dude, it's Valentine's Day.
Hey.
It's Valentine's Day right now.
You heard it here first. You got to tell her you want a thick, fruity spread.
And it's 7 p.m. right now. We still got another 5 hours, I think, left.
It's time to hit up the clubs.
Yeah, we got to hit up the clubs, dude. Let's go to Patty's.
It's time to hit it up.
Okay. Jelly is made using only the juice of the fruit and sugar. Okay. And what is marmalade? Marmalade is similar to jam, but made only from bitter Seville? Seville oranges from Spain or Portugal.
Interesting.
Wow. Dude, this is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
All right, kind of taking a twist and turn here. Kind of being aware. Okay, prior to the jelly, I was originally going to ask about bovid.
Bovid?
Bovid, yeah.
Okay, so let me guess what you're talking about. I know cows are known as bovine, and I know COVID is a big topic right now. So is this something that has to do with cows and COVID?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you know the thing where bloods replace C words with B words because they're bloods. You know,
Oh,
that's the whole thing. You know, like they say, "Bick and back being bull."
bloods
bloods,
do that?
yeah.
Bloods actually do that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I
Like
never
the
knew
bops.
that. I never knew that. I learned another thing today on this podcast.
All right. But yeah, COVID and how originally when all of these quote unquote conspiracy theorists were being censored because of quote unquote misinformation through Facebook, Instagram, all these major tech companies. Originally they were censored, but now you hear news that's coming out where in fact they were a lot of what they're saying is correct. Like masks don't work, and that I feel like that has to be clarified. Cloth masks don't work, and that's what the majority of everyone you see walking around, they're wearing cloth masks. So that was one thing. And also another thing is that the virus was made in a lab, and originally I think that was a conspiracy theory, but now it is fact that it was made from a lab. And I think that's interesting how just the narrative, not only with COVID, but with, you see Joe Rogan trying to be canceled. You see Kanye West in the media trying to get canceled. So I don't know, I don't think we even talked about this.
Yeah, man. Shout out Joe Rogan. Like, I was not, like, 5 years ago a super big fan of Joe Rogan, but like, I really appreciate that he's standing up for free speech. You know, like, somebody influential at his level needs to be, I don't want to use the phrase poster boy, but essentially that's what he is, a poster boy for free speech. But I mean that in the best way possible, because like, he really is holding it down, you know? Like, he's doing what a lot of celebrities are too afraid to do, and that's just speak their mind. And he's having meaningful conversations like I feel like we're having right now. You know, he's having meaningful conversations. And the thing I like about the podcast format is that it shouldn't be edited. That's the one thing I've always appreciated about it. It's a long format, and it's really hard to do to a degree because you have to be very precise with your words. And he has done that for so many years. I think I don't know how long he's been doing the podcast, maybe 8+ years. And the thing is, when you're doing it so well for so long, and you have so much videos that are uploaded online, there's more ways for people to attack you because you have so much content. They can go back on your content, 8-10 years and pick out something that you said out of context and twist it around to their narrative. And so, like, these crazy...
What is the narrative? What's the narrative?
The narrative?
Yeah. That, in your opinion. And I think...
The narrative is, don't say anything that we don't agree with. Because we want to control how you feel on this topic, that topic, that topic. Whether it's like the woke movement, whether it's I guess like SJW movements, whether it's the COVID issue, whether it's Black Lives Matter. There are people out there that feel very strongly about those things. And there are a lot of entitled people in the world today. And if someone says something that they don't agree with, it's like off with their head, Like, no, we're mad at you because you don't agree with us. And that's the wrong way to approach anything, I feel.
So I know we talked about this prior, but I'm just going to bring it up again. in what you grew up with, which is the SJWs,
Yes.
right?
The SJWs, the JWs.
The JWs, not the SJWs, the JWs.
Yeah, I would never be
Do you-
part of the SJWs. That's even worse than the JWs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So with the JWs, if you go against their beliefs and
Yeah.
you don't follow what you're given to be the truth is, if you don't go with that program, you could call it,
Yeah.
you're
an outcast.
you're an outcast and you're shunned from the cult.
Yes.
And I can relate that to other cults, like the COVID cult, you could call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could even call it the Black Lives Matter cult.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, cause I say this because if you don't agree with their narrative that they're trying to push, again, you're an outcast. You're shunned, and with facts, it's like you're canceled on social media. You're attacked on social media, and even okay. I was reading about ESPN recently, and Project Veritas. Have you heard of Project Veritas?
No, I've not heard about it.
Essentially, it's this guy and his team, James O'Keefe. They're breaking. It's just breaking news that they're getting from different sources, like ESPN. They recently ESPN has been infiltrated by these people that I don't even know how to explain it, because people are scared to speak up within the company because they're afraid of being called racist. They're afraid of what their bosses would do to them if they spoke up about how they felt about these issues like Black Lives Matter. And I think that's a problem, dude.
Yeah, I 100% see where you're coming from on that. And I think it even extends past like ESPN, and it extends to Hollywood. It extends to like CNN and the news media outlet, of people that are just fearful of what like the higher ups are going to think of them, and if they'll lose their job, or if there'll be any repercussions to like the way people perceive them. There's so many people today that are worried about what people think about them, and they're just willing to go in this one direction because to be with the majority to them is better than to be right. I really feel like that. People would rather be wrong than be an outcast or be in the minority.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. And I think we talked about this before, but back in ancient times or barbaric times, if you went against the group, you're shunned from the group, and that you're more likely to die or starve or get killed by a wild animal. So I think it's instinctual, and I think it's been passed down to us. But I do feel like a lot of people are realizing. I think there's a great awakening happening currently, and you see that with the freedom movement in Canada, like with the truckers and stuff. Have you heard about that?
I have not heard about that.
All right, we have to
educate me.
Okay, we have to. It's a freedom convoy in Canada. Essentially, like there was thousands of truckers. You can call it truckers, patriots, people that love freedom and don't like this direction that we're headed towards. With, you can call it communism, you can call it authoritarianism. Thousands of people went to Ottawa and parked there, and now they're just honking their horns, demanding these band-aids be taken out. So they've been there for almost a week and a half or 2 weeks, and throughout the day they've just been honking their horns. It's crazy, dude. Let me play some videos actually.
Yeah. Good move.
All right. So, and it's so interesting that it's not really talked about, dude. And this is I think this is the biggest social movement coming out of Canada right now. And it's not being covered. So all these people that are parked there, they're parked there to protest all the mandates and COVID restrictions.
And these are a lot of truckers?
Yeah, these are truckers, people that are against all these mandates.
Shout out the truckers.
And false official. You know what's going on, guys. You know what's going on. Why are you making? Why are you lying? Why are you openly lying? Why? Why are you supporting official narratives? How many people, look, it's real Canadians who supporting real Canadians. I immigrant. I came here 25 years ago. I don't like Canada, what's happening in official. But this is real Canada. This is real Canadians. I do love them. Look at these hero truckers. Support. They fighting for us. For you, for me, for him, for everybody.
What are they fighting for?
For freedom. This is not a freedom.
What do you mean by freedom?
How it's possible that Trudeau and all this government mandate to do vaccine or something like this? Since when government forced to make a medical procedure? When? Since when? Do the doctor? Did he did this vaccine?
Okay, and now trip out on, okay, so the convoy happened a week, or no, the first day it happened, the Justin Trudeau, whatever he is, the president or the
Prime
Minister, yeah.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, he said that he got COVID, so he went into hiding the first day it happened. So I want to say after he got out of hiding, this what his response was. Let me see. He wants to crack down on these people. Oh wait, that's 36 minutes. Let me oh yeah, this was like the big
to underline.
This was the big thing that was covered everywhere.
That close to 90% of truckers in this country are vaccinated. Like close to 90% of Canadians. Over the past many months and years now, Canadians have stepped up to protect each other, to protect our frontline workers, to protect our elders, to protect our young people, to protect people like truckers who are putting food on our grocery store shelves. Canadians have stepped up to do the right thing to protect the freedoms and the rights of Canadians to get back to the things we love to do. We know the way through this pandemic is by getting everyone vaccinated. And the overwhelming majority, close to 90% of Canadians, have done exactly that. The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing,
holding unacceptable
do
views.
Not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science, stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
Yeah. The interesting thing to me with like this whole situation is how much peer pressure is being put into play, you know, with these people like high officials and stuff speaking, and almost trying to like guilt trip people into doing something that they're not comfortable with. Like, not everyone's comfortable with like putting a vaccine in their body that has literally only been out for a few years, maybe a couple years, you know, like
only a few years, and the company that put that out is not reliable. If anyone gets hurt, they're immune. You can't sue them pretty much.
Yeah. And I was hearing something interesting that like with each year alone, there's something like 2,500 medications, and you have to fact check it, but there's something around like 2,500 medications that are pulled every year because there's side effects to them. And these are medications that probably have been, I mean, I don't know, they've probably been tested just as much as this vaccine. Maybe less, maybe more. And yet they're still pushing so hard for this vaccine. We don't even know like what effect it will have on people in 10 years, to be honest. So I understand why people are worried about it. I'm not like anti-vaccine. I'm not pro-vaccine. I'm just kind of like, let people do their thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let people do their thing, and don't tell them that they're wrong for being worried about what they put in their body. Like I put a lot of junk food in my body, but at the same time, like, there are really health conscious people out there that don't really trust the vaccine, and it's understandable.
My thing is when it's being forced upon the people and there's direct evidence to prove that the vaccine is causing harm to people, and it's causing heart attacks, it's causing myocarditis, which is the inflammation of the heart. It's causing people to, so essentially with the 2 doses that you get and then the booster shot, and I think I think we're on the 4th shot now, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's causing people to like their immunity is weakened by the vaccine.
Yeah.
Which, that's my whole thing, is that when it's forced upon the people, I'm 100% against that.
Yeah, I'll just wait till the 50th shot.
The 5th shot?
The 50th.
Oh, the 50th?
Well, once the 50th comes out, I'll be like, all right, you guys did 50 of them? All right. I'm just kidding.
I'm waiting for the Megatron variant.
Yeah. There's going to be some new variant that they're going to make up.
So there's this thing, the news I think broke last week, where there's a new variant in the Netherlands, and it's causing HIV. Which, again,
Yeah.
This is, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. This is just me talking, and I'm an idiot. So.
Me too.
But in the Netherlands, there's a strain that's causing HIV, and according to people out there, since the vaccine is weakening people's immune system, that's what it's causing. It's causing AIDS, and then you hear about people getting tested, that having false positives for HIV. And dude, it's crazy. It's
insane. Like, how much tests they do in China or whatever to create this virus that now it can replicate AIDS. That's insane, man.
Well, AIDS is an autoimmune deficiency, and what the virus is doing is it's destroying your immune system. I mean, not the virus, but the vaccine, which there's you can go directly to the sources. Dr. Robert Malone, which I think he's the founder and the creator of the mRNA vaccine, which the vaccine that's what that is. Pfizer, I think that's Moderna too. Which, that's a direct source. The person that created the vaccine is saying that it's causing autoimmune disorders, autoimmune deficiencies.
Can you imagine, like, how many, I mean, if this is all a byproduct of the vaccine, how many kids are going to be fucked up, like, in 20, 30 years?
Well, not only from the vaccine, but from the masks too.
The masks too?
Yeah, okay, so for the masks, when kids are learning, it's vital for them to look at mouth movements, lip movements of the lip, displays of emotion when they're growing. That's a huge part process of growing up and developing, which wearing the mask, you can't really tell if what kind of emotion you're displaying, what you're saying with your mouth. And that's another huge thing that I think
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think even babies too, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of funny when I think about it. They probably don't make like little masks for babies, do they? Like little tiny masks?
I don't know, like kind of like those socks.
Yeah. I mean, cuz I haven't went out and seen like a little baby with a little mask on. Maybe if I looked like closer, I'd see like them wearing their little muzzles, but I don't know. I just think like this whole thing is just silly. Especially like the stores. I know it's been years now, but like especially just the stores being like, "Oh, you can't come in here if you don't have your mask on," you know? I just think like there's, I don't know. I don't see the point in like in most of this. I think I kind of have the same view that I had a year ago, which is if you're highly susceptible to the virus, protect yourself with a mask. If you're healthy and you're willing to take the chance, live your life, you know, and you shouldn't be forced to wear a mask and you shouldn't be forced to take the vaccine. It's just pretty simple to me. Like, yeah, I don't know why. And the thing that really bothers me and gets under my skin is like when you're hanging out with friends and stuff, and sometimes friends will be so forceful on, oh, you got to get vaccinated, or they'll try to like push that opinion on you. And I just feel like altogether it's causing a lot of divisions with people. Like everyone, there's this big split of people that are for vaccines, and these people that are not. Just like with the BLM movement, and I mean pretty much anything else. Joe Biden, Donald Trump. There's always these splits. There's these divides of people, and it's just over these ideologies.
Yeah.
And it's like if we could just find a way to have like open conversations with people and respect their opinion and say, you know, I might not be right, but at the same time you don't have the right to force me to do something, you know. I don't see why this has to be like such a big issue. I mean, it is, but like it's just blown out of proportion.
Yeah, my opinion on at least people trying to force something on you is that you shouldn't even, that should not happen, and that's where I think for me that's where the line is drawn, is when it's trying to be forced upon someone.
Yeah. Why do you think people try so hard to force their opinion on others?
Because
I mean that's a deep question.
No, I think it's one is because the people that are trying to force their opinion on someone, most of the time it's an opinion of someone else. It's an opinion of, like, they haven't formed their own opinion. It's just what they've been told. It's just what they you know, what they've been given to. And you see that for example, I had a friend that I was talking to, and he was really scared of all this COVID stuff that was happening currently.
Yeah.
And he sent me a Google thing where it's like, oh, COVID cases. I mean, let me pull it up real quick.
All right.
Oh shit, I can actually pull it up here. I forgot what we were talking about, but this is a good okay. Okay, COVID cases in Ventura County, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you see this? Oh my god, dude, look at that. how many? What's the 7-day average? 2,200. Dude, that's a lot of cases, right? But that's just people infected. If you go to deaths, the 7-day average is like, okay, again, any death is terrible, but
Yeah.
Compared to how many people are infected, there's far more people that are surviving this virus than actual deaths that are happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one thing where it's like fear. Oh, so many people are dying from COVID, and when in fact there's not that many people dying. And it's like it sounds like a flu that we've been living with our entire lives.
Yeah.
And I forgot what we were talking about.
No, like I was just talking about why people try to force their opinions on others. I've always wondered, like, what benefit does it bring them to try to force their opinion on someone else? I guess you can make the whole argument with the whole COVID situation that if people genuinely believe that COVID is really dangerous, they're trying to force their opinion on others in order to protect,
Oh
other
yeah,
people.
I think it's with good intention.
Yeah, it might be with good intention.
Yeah.
Because they're genuinely fearful and afraid of it.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Yeah, because I can't think of any other reason why they would try to force that opinion on someone. Like, I genuinely can't think of any other reason.
Okay, I guess. Okay, what I was trying to get through with the point I was trying to make with that graph is that yes, people are acting with good intentions and they want to protect people, but with the facts, the facts that are coming out, I feel like they're not aware of the actual information that's not being told to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas
They're not aware of the real information.
Yeah, and I think that's where the issue is that the information is not. It's either censored or hidden from the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because the media lies a lot. I mean, they're gonna slant it in whatever serves their best interests all the time, and they'll cherry pick news portions that are gonna fit what the story that they want to tell. So, and like it or not, a lot of people, even people that are friends, are tuning in to these news media outlets, and they're locked into it, and that's their perspective. That's all they see all the time. So, I mean, it makes sense why they would believe it. But, like, again, we're seeing more and more how, like, these media outlets lie so much.
Blatantly.
Yeah, blatantly.
Which is so crazy, bro.
Yeah, I heard this quote. It's easier to fool someone
than to convince them they've been fooled.
Yeah, than to convince someone they've been fooled.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like that's so true. Like, a lot of people are being fooled by these media outlets, and then you try to convince them, hey, they lied to you, and people get mad about it because they think they were smarter. They were smarter, than they were, because they were obviously fooled. But that's just the way it is. I feel like a lot with these news outlets.
Here's an interesting quote that I've heard, and I think it rings true. And again, it's just like not picking sides, but I think there is some truth to it, which Democrats are people with hearts and Republicans are people with brains. Which, whatever you want to think about that, it's like people that like you call them the Democrats, whatever it is, people that believe the narrative, they truly think that what they're doing is for the right purpose. And you can call it the right, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but people with the brains are thinking with logic, they're thinking with facts, they're thinking with information that's given to them. Whereas people that react with their emotions are easily controlled.
Yeah, for sure. I just think we got to do away with the two-party system.
Yeah.
I think we got to abolish it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because if, like, whether we like it or not, like, our government should be looked at like a tribe, you know, like in ancient times there were tribes, and like in a tribe everyone works together to come to the best conclusion. And like right now it's like I just think everyone's so divided, and like instead of using our brains and thinking like, how can we look at the other person's opinion and try to find some type of compromise to get to the best solution, it's more of defeating the other side. That's what it's become now. Like, how can we defeat the other side? And it's excluding all, like you said, all logical thinking and all intelligence, just to support one's own worldview and one's own dogma, you know. And that's something that I think there's a lot of dogma for sure in politics, where it goes beyond am I right, and it's more so I just want to get my way because this is what I believe.
100%.
Yeah.
There's
no
that.
questioning that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. And my thing is trying my best to find the truth. What is the truth? What is actually going on? And for me, that's where I stand, is not on the left or the right. It's what's going on, like trying to question everything.
Yeah, that's a very good perspective. Question everything. For sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
And don't take anything that you see as the truth.
Yeah. And even though I'm like I agree with that, even though I'm questioning everything, I don't get mad at everything. See, there's two. I feel like there's that perspective too.
Yeah.
There's people that get mad at everything. Like they hear something that differs with their viewpoint, and instead of thinking, do they have any points? It's more, I don't agree with that, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't even think. Like they don't even think. They're just mad because someone said something that they don't agree with at that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a big problem, and that's why I'm so fortunate that we live in a time where there are people that are willing to actively go against like the media. You know, there are people out there. There are people that are influential, and like every generation needs great people like that. Every generation needs someone that, and I really believe it, whether that person is right or wrong, every generation needs someone that's going to go against the main narrative. Because if everyone's going in the same direction, it's not good. If it's the wrong direction, you know?
Yeah. To quote Gary V, when people zig, I zag.
It's a very good quote. Gary V's my spirit animal. Shout out Gary V.
Shout out to Gary V.
You're inspiration to all of us here at the Stew Crew. We appreciate you.
Yo.
But no, I mean, the whole COVID situation is a rabbit hole. And people are barely finding out right now that things like the BLM and even COVID, to a degree, are just diversions from bigger narratives. They're just to get people's attention off of other things that are going on.
And you know what the diversion is right now that I think is happening?
What?
Russia and Ukraine and the U.S. potentially getting into another war, I think it's World War III. Which how convenient that. Again, these are just ideas, but how convenient that when we're coming close to the end of the pandemic, something else happens that, and then when these things are coming out where, oh, it is actually coming from a lab. Oh, vaccines are hurting people. I feel like there's another diversion to distract people from the fact that all this stuff actually came to the light, and there could be another diversion tactic, which I don't know. It's like 4D chess that they're playing, bro. And when I say they, it's the people that are trying to control the narrative, the people that are trying to force a world digital currency. It's the people that want control of the entire population.
Yeah. Just how do you, like, I have a interesting question.
Yeah.
So if a US Ukraine Russia war would happen, let's say it happened tomorrow, like, how do you see that playing out? Like, because war has changed a lot within the last 100 years for sure.
Yeah.
But like,
they're talking nuclear
war.
They're talking, like, again, I don't know if this is true, but they're talking nuclear, where if I think Russia is set to invade Ukraine, and then what Russia said is that if the US retaliates and sends NATO troops to protect Ukraine, then Russia could potentially act with nuclear intentions, which, again, LA, New York, Texas.
Yeah. So let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and you hear a news radio, something on the news or something on social media, and it alerts you that Russia has sent nuclear over here to, like, LA.
Yeah. Oh, and we're fucked.
And we're what, like 60 to 100 miles away?
Yeah.
Like less than that. We're really close in Oxnard. Fuck, like 30 some miles away. I don't know. Fuck, I'm bad with maps.
Like 50 probably.
But yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, if it doesn't reach us by then, dude, we're fucked. And
you're told, you hear the sirens, like, on the news radio or like on the television, or like you see, like, I don't know, you might see like police and like different people outside, and like, generally it's gonna hit like in 2 hours.
I mean, at that point, since we're so close to LA, I think we might be vaporized, and at that time, I'm just gonna accept my fate, accept what's gonna happen, and get with my fam, get with my friends, probably get with everyone, and just be like, yo, this has been a dope time. I'll see you in the next life.
Yo, I'm telling you, Branden, if I found that out, I call you up.
Yeah.
I call, like, everyone that I know, the stew crew, and I'd be like, I call like my grandma. I would try to dip out, but like, it's pretty hard. We don't have a car right now. But
you're trying to wait for the bus. You're like, oh shit.
Hey, maybe we can take the bus. As I'm driving off the bus, like, they're taking off, and like, you see the explosion right behind us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, hey, I would try to convince you to book out of this shit, like, take off in that truck and just dip,
Probably, dude. But
I
then
mean-
I'm not. Dude, there's gonna be like thousands of people trying to get out.
It's gonna be so much traffic.
Yeah, all the traffic, all of the people that are trying to get out.
Yeah.
And then there's the fact that once that happens, people are gonna panic. Of course, obviously, people are gonna panic. And if we do survive, it's a state of survival. So people, we're gonna have to form communities, tribes. We're gonna have to form, and then there's people that might want to loot and shit,
Yeah.
And then I don't know. There's a whole.
And then just to think of it, like, yeah, it's so crazy to think about. Cause let's say you find like a really cool bunker and you're like underground, and like you come up, you still have to worry about the radioactivity,
Yeah.
Like if you come up, you're gonna get cancer or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have you're gonna grow 3 testicles.
Yeah, I'll have. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then like you're not gonna be able to get any food above ground unless it's canned, because
Sheesh.
that's gonna all be done, or like
It's Fallout type shit.
yeah. There's gonna be no plants or vegetation. All the animals are gonna be dead, or like radioactive, like pus blisters sitting everywhere. Fuck yeah, we be fucked if that happened, man.
Dude, okay, now that I'm thinking about this, did you see the picture of the bombs at Nagasaki? So there was ash projected onto the walls of a person like after that blast.
I think I've seen some pictures of that, like the actual, like, it's like a silhouette of them.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit's crazy, man.
That is wild.
Yeah. Imagine getting hit by like a nuclear, and like I don't want to know what that feels like, but like I wonder if it's a really fast death, or if like you actually feel like the skin being like peeled off of your bones.
Interesting.
Not
Well,
that I
if
want
maybe-
that I want to know how it feels like, but I would like to know, like, I would not want to experience it, but I would like to know,
Well, yeah, maybe if you're closer to the impact, then it might be a fast one. But
Yeah.
maybe since we're farther out, it might be a slower one, because the shock wave, the radiation, we might have to live with the radiation that might cause other shit to happen.
Yeah. And then if Russia had like the gall to shoot a nuclear in like one of the biggest cities, but Russia's huge though. Russia's a huge area of
Yeah.
land.
Uh-huh.
Like I wonder what the US would do. Like probably just shoot another one right over there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think this is a fact too, that there's Russian ships out at sea right now with, like, they're ready. They're ready to let me look that up.
Yeah.
Cuz I think they're ready to hit that button. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay. 6 Russian warships and submarine now entering the Black Sea. So all Putin has to do is give the word, and boom. Okay, let me find.
And we're really fucked because with Joe Biden as president. Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. I think
If
I
that
found
were to
it.
happen, yeah.
Cold War displays of power. Leave. Yeah.
Joe Biden, he's gonna be like, "Come on,
Don't
man,
miss
just send the
any-
nukes already."
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Control F. Okay.
Imagine
Here it
he
is.
just has like a bad speech while he's up there, and he accidentally tells him to shoot us with a nuke.
Oh my god.
He's like, come on, man.
While the Russian naval force is old, the cruisers, destroyers, and amphibious ships are all nearing 40 years of service and remains vigorous. And Moscow were built during the Cold War to hunt down U.S. aircraft carriers at sea and are equipped with 16 P-500 balls to the anti-ship missiles each. Balza is a very large anti-ship missile about the size of a small bus, packing either a 1-ton high explosive warhead or a nuclear warhead. It travels at up to Mach 2.5 and has a range of 344 miles. Yeah, so they're at the Black Sea right now, just chilling.
But
so,
like,
apparently.
But aren't there like countermeasures to all this shit? Like, if they were to shoot a missile, wouldn't there be? I don't know if they have a device or whatever, or like some type of missile that could blow it and intercept it before it gets
sure.
over here.
I'm not sure.
Like, I don't know what the U.S. spends all their money on, but like, I would think that would be a smart idea.
Gender studies.
That's what they spend all their money on.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah. I got my degree.
Like,
I have my degree, and I think I'm going to go back to school to study gender.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I mean, damn. If I'm passionate about that, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, if you're really passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can join the trans movement or something.
Yeah. You know what I think about is how there are some people that regret transitioning.
Yeah.
That must be tough, bro.
Yeah, like you chopped off your nuts and dick, and you got a hole in there.
Yeah.
It's not even a functioning hole.
No. It's a reversed penis.
Yeah, it doesn't even work correctly, and like you're like, damn, I'm really stuck here without a penis.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you still got a chiseled jawline, and you
the Adam's apple.
You got an Adam's apple, and you got a deep ass voice. Like,
I
don't know. I just feel like that's pretty bad to have to live like that. I mean, I'm not against trans people, but still, I feel bad for you guys. I mean,
but
keep doing you though. Keep doing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
do you, boo boo?
Yeah. I feel like there's, if you're gonna go through with something, go all the way through, and like don't try to revert back. Imagine if Caitlyn Jenner were to go back to being a dude.
Dude.
There was an announcement. I'm no longer going to be a woman. I am now going to be back to a dude.
It's like, I'm transitioning back to Bruce.
Yeah.
I feel like Bruce today.
Yeah. How do people change their minds like that so fast? That's incredible. That's truly amazing.
It's like you wake up one day and it's like, oh man, I feel like getting pegged by a dude. I think I'm gonna be called Caitlyn today.
Yeah. Oh, did you? You know that actress? What's her name? Ellen Page.
Yeah.
You know how she transitioned to a dude, right?
Yeah, to Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny because like, you watch like all those old movies, and I'm like, man, she's kind of hot. And then to think now, like, she transitioned to a dude, I was like that's just crazy.
Do you think Elliot's hot?
Elliot?
Yeah, Elliot. Let me see.
I mean, if Elliot had tits, sure.
Let me see. Let's shout out to Elliot. Let me see.
I mean, I'm down to rate Elliot as a dude.
Let's rate Elliot.
I'm down to give Elliot the dude rating. Let's see how hot Elliot is as a dude.
Yeah, let's see this.
Elliot looks like prepubescent boy.
Dude, Elliot has a six pack, bro.
Oh shit, let's look at that.
Hey, dude, respect.
Yeah, it's better six pack than mine for sure.
For me too.
That's kind of scrawny though, but
that's kind of lit. Hey, respect to Elliot. Abs are not easy to fucking acquire.
Yeah. Imagine.
I mean, you have them, but for them to show like that, that's not easy.
Imagine Elliot just got him silicone injected. Nah, they got to be natural.
Maybe they're. I mean, if
Maybe
you're
she got like a silicone abs.
Elliot Page will absolutely be in the Umbrella Academy season 3. Wow, Elliot Page.
Yeah, shout out Elliot Page. Hey, Elliot, if you're listening to the podcast, come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast and
talk,
let's chop it up.
let's chop it up. Anything you want to talk about, you know?
You know what's interesting? What I just thought about is that since Elliot transitioned,
Yeah.
like before these used to be boobs.
Yeah. Actually, Elliot did an impressive job of
That's an awesome transformation.
yeah, I would say that
is awesome. No, I'm not even joking.
I'm going to okay, so the face still looks like a girl's. But as far as like a total like transition, I'm going to give it an 8. Okay, that right there is impressive.
Yeah, that is impressive, dude.
That's impressive. I give that one like a 9. It's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. I'm not capping at all.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. Shout out Alan or Elliot, sorry. I got to think about the right names. But shout out Elliot. Elliot, you have my respect.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Should we rate
Let's start rating the different trans.
Yeah.
All right. Look up
dude, we should do trans people that from guys to girls.
yeah, let's do it.
Trans people from women to or men to
Yeah. I'm going to give the ratings here and see if we agree on it.
All right, let's see. Dang, I wonder, can we go to images?
All right, just check out images.
Interesting.
This is
Okay, demographic, what would we even look up?
let's rate Caitlyn Jenner.
All right.
I feel like that's like the most popular one.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, before and after. Whoops.
Yeah.
You know what?
Caitlyn Jenner just looks like Bruce Jenner with makeup on.
So Bruce, this picture of Bruce reminds me of, for some reason, William Dafoe. Like
Yeah,
I always got that vibe. It's like he kind of reminds me of William Dafoe.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
No lie.
Like this pic, I don't know. He does.
I would say I'm gonna give it a 6. At least he tried, you know? I feel like he tried.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a 5. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, just from this
It just
picture,
looks like Bruce Jenner.
yeah, it looks like Bruce Jenner with long hair.
Yeah.
Like, like if just the hair was on here, he looked like
yeah,
Caitlyn.
I mean, it's not like he shrunk in size either. He just looks like a Bruce Jenner.
Who else transitioned?
Let's
do famous gender transitions. Oh, whoa. Oh, is this Orange is the New Black? Oh yeah, that is, I think.
Actually, I'm gonna give that one. That's solid.
That is pretty solid.
That's solid. I'm gonna give that. I think I'll give that. I'm gonna give that 8. That's a solid. That's
Here's
a
one
solid
right there.
transition. Yeah, that's
that
an
is
8.
that is a solid
That's an 8.
transition. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a solid. Yeah, that's solid.
Great job.
Great job. Solid. You did your
Oh.
thing.
Dude, okay, again, I would have to say that they look exactly the same except for the hair. And obviously the facial hair.
I don't know. I think that's solid. He looks like a fat lady. I'd give that. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that a 7.
I'm still going with
Maybe
5.
a 6. Maybe a 6.
I'm doing
Yeah.
5.
Wow, you're rough on these trans, huh?
Yeah,
You have high standards.
I do have high standards. Well, I have to think of it as an attractiveness too.
I'm
You know?
looking at it as, can they pass? If they were to go out in public,
Okay, let's do if you want, let's do would you smash?
all right, let's do that. I need some more wine for this though.
Oh yeah, I got you. I need some more too.
Yeah, this is getting serious.
This is getting serious.
Some important topics.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Gotta sip the honesty juice.
The honesty juice. All right. All right. Let's do.
Damn, some of these people look like they really messed themselves up.
I mean, hold on. Let's go to Hall and let's do 8 who went gender. Underwent gender. Okay.
Wow, they're going high. They're saying gorgeous.
Okay.
These people
I don't
better
want
be
my-
really gorgeous.
I don't want my data being sold, bro. Do not sell my data. No, thank you. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. This is juicy. Yeah, but they're not showing the after.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Hold on here.
Solid.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say solid right now.
Yeah. All right. Umbrella Academy star Paige came out as transgender. Okay, Laverne Cox. I think that was the person that we saw earlier, right?
Solid.
Solid, 100%. Cox quickly became one of the most visible trans actresses with the rise. Orange is the New Black. Solid, bro. Solid. Okay, would you smash? I honestly, I wouldn't smash.
I think I would smash.
Okay.
I would
Respect.
smash.
What's this? Isis King? Oh, the name kind of throws me off.
I don't know. That's pretty solid. If that was a dude,
King, the first transgender woman to compete on America's Next Top Model. I would not smash. Even if it was actual woman. I mean, I wouldn't.
here's the
I wouldn't.
thing.
I wouldn't.
here's the thing. What if you were lured by this attractive person? Like, let's just say it was someone that you were attracted to, and then they told you, "Hey, I was a dude," you know?
Mhm.
Like, what would your reaction to that be?
So originally I thought they're a woman and like I was about to, and they said I'm a dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay. Solid.
Would you?
I would be kind of hesitant. I'm thinking, what are they gonna do to me?
You're earring on the side of maybe.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Wait, what's this, dude? Valentina
If they're dominant, and they're trying
Hold
to
on.
like,
Wait a second, dude. Let me see this.
if they have a dick,
Wait. Okay, we have to Google this because I think I would smash.
That's smash worthy right there. that last photo,
Which one?
the one that was on
This one?
yeah, that one right there. That's smash worthy right there.
Hold on, I want to know if she was transgender because I can't even tell.
I don't know. That was smash worthy. I don't know. For some of these people, I just have to give them their props. Like,
Oh, look, dude.
what?
Wait, before. I do have to give them the props.
All I have
though.
to do is just, hey, respect.
Yeah, no, definitely 100% respect.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
not
of
knocking
respect.
it. I'm not knocking it at all.
I mean,
All right.
the only thing that bothers me is when they do a really crappy job at it.
I might have to
Like,
do some research later. No, just
yeah, yeah. When they do a really crappy job at it, that's when I'm like, man, why did you even do that if you knew you're not gonna look good?
What? Kim Petras? Oh, there's Caitlin.
Yeah, there's Caitlin. Now that I'm seeing all these other people, I'm like, man, Caitlin, you didn't do as good as you could have done. I feel like you probably could have tried harder.
Yeah.
But it's probably because Caitlin's
Wendy
old.
Carlos. Look at that, dude.
Oh,
Synthesizers.
that's the one. That's the video that Eddie sent me.
I guess transgender.
Yeah, it's so Wendy Carlos was a lady that transitioned to a man and was like really into like synthesizers and really
That's awesome.
like a pioneer of like electronic sounds too.
That's dope.
Really cool.
That is
Really
dope.
cool. And when I saw the video, I was like, this just looks like a guy that
He's,
has
like,
a
kinda
really
feminine?
like a really feminine guy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this guy has to be a girl, So I ended up like Googling this person, and I was like, wow, this is a girl. Very impressive though.
Impressive, dude. Very impressive
Yeah.
and
Still,
respect.
yeah, I mean, I would say I would give that like a 7 or 8. Pretty impressive.
I would have to give that definitely an 8.
Give it like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'll definitely give that an 8.
She could
Respect.
probably fool like some women,
I would love to pay her taxes.
You would love to pay her taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But it'd be dope. It'd be dope getting.
I would love to financially support her.
So let's say there's this transgender person that lives in Oxnard that is kind of popular, and they want to come on your podcast to kind of like talk about like the transgender scene,
Yeah.
Would you be interested in having them to come and converse?
Dude, I would fucking love to.
That would be amazing, man.
Dude, if anyone's listening to this and is transgender, even if you're not from the city or if you just want to talk, that would be amazing, and I would love to have a conversation with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan had a transgender on his podcast. He had 2
Bodybuilder
transgenders.
one, I think.
He had 2.
Or actually, no, that I think he was gay. But which
Yeah.
ones were those?
He had. I remember the guy. That was a woman. It was like a bodybuilder. I forgot what his name was, but I do remember the girl's name. That was a dude. Was Blair White.
Oh yeah, Blair White for
Yeah.
sure.
So he
yeah,
had
yeah,
that.
yeah,
that He had that guy or that lady,
yeah.
and then he also had. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. But he had like a shaved head, and
He's
was
a bodybuilder, right? Yeah. I know which one
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, but both of them were very impressive, like at talking to their subjects, and also they did an impressive job at like transitioning as well.
Yeah.
So
Respect.
respect. I would say they both. The guy was even more impressive. The guy was probably like, he was like an 8.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wait, it's not switching over now. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh yeah. But
I
shout
just wanted to make
out
sure.
to the transgender community. Some of you guys are killing it.
For sure, 100%, dude. I don't know. Is there anything that we missed?
I think we covered trannies pretty well.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about something else. What was it though? Oh, the Kanye West documentary.
That's an amazing documentary.
Shee, part 1.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That was amazing.
It was crazy because like watching that, it really captured like the meaning of what it is to be an artist. You know, it captured it really well, and
Yeah.
and I liked how the video footage was really grainy, and it was just a bunch of old footage. And it's like right now, every day, like when we're here in the stew or when we come and talk and we just hang out with each other, like we capture footage that could potentially be very, very useful, you know, like years from now. And it's all if we archive it. And Kanye like just did a really good job of like archiving this footage and turning it into like a documentary. Like it was really cool, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel like it was my favorite documentary I've watched in quite some time, like of someone's life. Like I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. And for me, it also, again, it reminds me of what everyone here is doing in the 805 as far as the come up and as far as like you said, what it takes to be an artist, and just the struggles that he went through as well. Even though he had produced a huge song, an album for Jay-Z, he was still getting rejected. And he was thought of as just a producer, and what he really wanted to do was rap.
Yeah.
And just seeing the story, seeing the history, and just those special moments that were captured, that was amazing, bro, to see.
Yeah.
Even with Donda, seeing his mom, and how supportive he was of him, and yeah, it was very amazing.
Yeah, the thing that impressed me a lot about this whole documentary too is like the fact that he used what he was good at, which was producing, to be able to get to do what he also was good at, which is rapping. But he essentially he used every avenue to get to where he wanted to get to, and he was relentless. Like in the documentary, like the fact that he would go into the studios and he would play his music out loud, and he had absolutely no shame about it, and like that conviction, that confidence, that willingness to put himself out there. Like it was just refreshing to see, like, because the thing is, when you're an artist, when you're presenting something to people, that opens up a lot of vulnerability. Like you have to be very vulnerable to put your art out there, because there'll be people that will not appreciate it. There'll be people that will appreciate it, but it really is like a 50-50 at times.
Mm-hmm.
But even just to see the fact that some people were hearing what he was making and just blatantly ignoring it, and it didn't stop him from having that belief that he could do great things. And we obviously, now he's possibly the biggest artist on the planet, you know? Like I would consider him, in my opinion, the biggest artist on the planet right now.
I feel like the biggest artist on the planet, and the person that has had the most impact as far as changing what it means to make music, bro, in general. Like hip-hop music, production-wise. He was an innovator, or he is an innovator. He still is. And I don't know, and just seeing the moment when he was in the club too, where he was kind of shy, or he like nobody even recognized him at that point in time. And again, that didn't stop him from pursuing greatness.
Yeah. And the more I see of that documentary, or the more I saw of it, I've always heard this idea that he's changed, you know, throughout the years, but I really haven't seen that much of a change, because some of the same like tics he has, or he had back then, like he still has now. Like sometimes he would spout off like this great idea. There was something he said about like a music idea that was in the car, you know, and this guy was like, "Oh, you better not say that because now we have the idea." And then he would just zone out and just stare off into the distance. And it was just really crazy to see because like you could tell his mind is operating on it like on a different level.
Yeah.
And he's thinking in a different way than most people are. And you even see that today. He does the same stuff. Like, it was just that people weren't aware of just how great he was, you know?
That and people weren't ready to hear that. And now, like, he was so ahead of his time at that time.
For sure.
And it's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So amazing.
About to bump some Kanye. Yeah, man. And I think a lot of great innovators are misunderstood. And I really feel great innovators are misunderstood, and they're always appreciated too late. And thankfully Kanye was able to make great achievements you know, within the last like 10-15 years for sure. And he's had like a dominant streak for such a long time.
It's crazy, man.
But yeah, he's one of the greats of all time in my books.
For sure.
Yeah,
100% agree.
One of the greats. Like he was the artist to kind of mainstream and popularize 808s, and now you hear it in every track. And yeah, even like synthesizers and rap music, like that stuff was not being done back then. It's crazy.
808s, and also before that it was rap. Whoa. It was rap.
They're coming for you.
I know.
You spoke too much.
It was rap. Come for me. I don't give a fuck. Come for me. No, I'm just kidding. It was rap that before it was gangster rap. It was hardcore rap. You know, it was that. But Kanye switched it up and spoke what was on his mind instead of playing this facade. And he just spoke his mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like that opened so many doors for other artists to do the same thing.
Yeah. For sure. Like, a lot of rappers are not comfortable about talking about like mental issues, and they're not comfortable about, you know, rapping about their struggles with money and stuff, you know, and these are things I feel like Kanye does exceptionally well, because I feel like within hip hop and rap in general, it's a lot of bravado and a lot of bragging, and it's a lot of, and which Kanye does do that. But I feel like he balances out with talking about his struggles too. Like, he does a really good job. He's like an open box, but he's just so talented in just creating interesting sounds too. Like, I don't know, there's something that people connect to with Kanye, for sure, that they don't make that connection with every artist. Like, he connects to certain people in a really good way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, hip hop, the origins started as kind of a braggadocious kind of thing with breakdancing. You know, it's always been a kind of a competition, you can call it, whereas it's like I'm the best, or like I'm better than you in a way. And it kind of took a turn when, I mean, even before Kanye, but I feel like Kanye is the one that made it cool, or made it a thing, or opened so many doors for artists to talk about their emotions or what they're going through at the time. And it's like, and that was another avenue or door for hip hop, and then that's when Kid Cudi came out and opened so many doors for other artists too. And I don't know. I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited to see like where the music industry goes.
Yeah.
Like I'm really, really excited for that. Especially like the next 10 years. Because just generally because for the last 15 years I would say it's been a lot of trap music, and it's been an explosion of like the underground scene where you see all these artists that are independent, that are creating their own art within their own studios, within their own bedrooms at times, like blowing up. And just to see like how music evolves, how it evolves in the next 10 years, and like what genres are going to rise, like who are going to be like the key players in the next wave of like mainstream music, and also in the next wave of just music that people really resonate with, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm really interested in that.
I have some ideas.
You have some ideas?
I have some ideas.
What are these ideas?
They must not be spoken about on the podcast.
You heard it here first. Don't speak about them on the podcast. Too secret.
It's top secret. But I don't know. I can talk to you after the podcast, but it must not be known.
All right. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Well, fuck. I feel like I was gonna say something really cool. Oh, did you catch the Super Bowl performance by chance with Eminem?
I did watch it,
dude.
I only watched the Super Bowl.
Huh?
I only watched the performance itself.
Dude, I mean, from my opinion, is that I think that was a huge moment for hip hop, bro. Because prior to that, it was mostly pop. It was mostly these pop artists.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a huge Super Bowl watcher, so my opinion is take it with a grain of salt, all right? But for hip hop, seeing Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, who else? Did you see Anderson .Paak? Seeing Anderson .Paak there.
Yeah.
I think, and Eminem. Did I say that? Anyways, I think that was a huge moment for hip hop.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It was cool to see. Especially like the throwbacks to a lot of like 90s and 2000s artists.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool.
Yeah. I
think it was good. I am a fan of hip hop more so than I was in the last 10 years. Just cuz I come to appreciate like just the inner workings of it within communities, and just how it is. Like I feel like it's the everyman's music.
Yeah.
And that's what I really do like about it. The fact that like you could have these artists that are within small cities making their music and coming up is just incredible to me to like to just think about. You know, it's not someone that's I've always felt like hip hop at its best is someone who's not too concerned with their image. They're just more concerned about putting out like heartfelt stuff that resonates with people.
Yeah, and like with the origins of hip hop, it's graffiti, b-boying, MCing, and the origination of that, I feel like still it's being passed down to this present moment. And it's about the art form, I feel like, you know, the art form, the culture, and I don't know, it's really amazing to see.
Yeah, we're seeing it in our area right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of great artists in our area. And it's cool to see you doing your thing. It's cool to see Adaptive doing his thing, Ty and everyone's just putting out what they believe in, and that's great. Like that's the way it should be. And when hip hop innovates, I feel like that's when it's at its best, you know, like when it innovates, like it has to hip hop needs to evolve. Like everyone appreciates like a good classic sounding hip hop track, but I feel like hip hop still has some more like layers of evolution for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Because when you think about it, hip hop is a new genre. Like not a really new genre, but it's only been around for like 40 years or so. You know, like maybe less.
Yeah.
Like the earliest forms of hip hop were probably like in late 70s.
Like late 70s to early 80s.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like just yeah, really really cool genre of music, but at the same time it's
Oh shit, I got COVID.
You got COVID?
I'm just kidding.
I hope it's not my vape blowing at you.
Maybe. It might be, actually.
All right, I'm gonna stop that. But yeah, I feel like it still has it's pretty much a new genre. You know, there's a lot of exploration to be made with hip hop, and I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes. You know, excited to see people try new ideas.
I'm excited to see where you go.
I'm excited to see where I go. I'm excited to see where you go.
I'm excited to see where everyone goes.
Yeah. Who knows, man? But it's gonna be a wild ride, that's for sure. But a wild ride is better than a boring ride.
Yeah, man, definitely a ride filled with ups and downs, a ride filled with struggles, but also wins.
Yeah.
A ride that has rides within rides.
Yeah, but do you really win if you never struggle?
I mean, you could say that you could win. You could win without a struggle.
Yeah.
But that's not the I feel like that's not fun.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Because if you live your life and let's see, die at like 99 and you're like, man, I never struggled all throughout my life, and you just die, like you have nothing to reflect on, you know? You all you remember is like, my life was easy and now I'm dying, you know? And versus the idea of, man, I had all these ups and downs, and then back up again, and then back down again, and then back up again, and I made it to this point this long, and like I just feel like there's a better story there.
Well, you know what, dude? When in the future, when we look back at this very conversation,
yeah,
we're gonna fucking look back at this, and you know, when we made it,
yeah,
quote unquote made it to whatever that means,
yeah,
we're gonna look back at this and fucking appreciate that all the struggles that we went through, bro.
yeah.
You know, even like from this moment prior, there's been so many struggles.
There has.
And it's just made us who we are now.
We've overcome all the struggles, man.
Yeah.
I really feel like if you don't give up, like you're still winning. That's my opinion on things. Because like someone who gives up admits defeat. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to end it.
All right. Well, Blue, I think this is like the 5th podcast. Many more to come.
Yes.
And where do people? Do you got anything going on right now, or what do you want to?
Absolutely nothing going on. Nothing. You guys can catch me on Instagram. The name is Bluebebleu. Bluebebleu. You can catch me on Twitter. The same thing. You can catch me on YouTube. The same thing.
BeatStars.
BeatStars. Pornhub. Same thing. But I don't have any porn content yet.
OnlyFans.
If I have... Okay. So if I were to open up OnlyFans, I would need an automatic 20 subscribers. So if I can get 20 people that want to see OnlyFans content from me, I will open up an OnlyFans.
You heard it here first, folks. All right. Peace out.
Thank you. It was an honor.
It was an honor hanging with you. Guten Tag.
Lol.
Eh?